Hello and welcome to the Nuclear Reactor, and today we'll be reacting to part 9 of the What If Raditz Turn Good series. So, I hope y'all are enjoying the series so far as much as I am, and if you like his videos, then subscribe and like his videos on YouTube, and if you like mine, subscribe to me, and let's get started.
Things are about to get tense, just saying. And yes, the overused pun was totally worth it.
Maybe, but it's a bit cheesy now.
Hey guys, Masakox here. We are back with December's edition of What If Week. Yes, it's Christmas, but yeah, we gotta have a what if anyway. So it's like a present of its own. So what better way just to sit back, get cozy, and just think of some scenarios.
Is there any series that he is currently doing on any What If series, or did he finish them all?
Yeah, you know the one.
I'll have to double check that in a little bit.
Part 9 of What If Raditz Turned Good. And honestly, it's really down to you guys' support, and I know it's quite a hackneyed response, but it's true. Against my initial thinking, we are indeed carrying on into Dragon Ball Super, and this time, we're going to be focusing on the part of Super, which is the proper bit of Super, not a rehash. Thank you also to anyone that's shared fan art of this scenario, and if you wish to share your own, you can tweet me at Masakox with the hashtag WhatIfWeek, and I shall retweet it. Or if you want to share
damn it, I didn't even think of that. I gotta follow him on Twitter.
Turn Good fan club over on DeviantArt, link in the description.
Normally I don't follow anybody on my, I have two Twitters, my personal Twitter and then the one for the channel, but I'll follow him on that one. Keep up with it.
In the last part, we covered the 2 initial movie arcs of Dragon Ball Super. You know the ones. How are they different exactly? Well, not too much as in previous parts because of the story limitations, because most of it's about Goku. But the Resurrection F arc did open up some very interesting potential ideas. Raditz and Vegeta's long-lasting hatred towards each other reached a flashpoint, where Vegeta had been basically seeing his desire to get his revenge on Frieza taken away from him by one of his lackeys, and that was...
Yeah, that would bruise his ego more than anything. He would be all black and blue, figuratively speaking.
As for the kids, again, the story is pretty restrictive, especially in Super towards later on in the arcs. There's really not much to do with the kids save for the Potofu arc. I mean, we had to shoehorn in some of those moments because there wasn't really much to go with, so that does mean that you can experiment, but in terms of the canon, you're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel. So let's start part 9 and a chance for Dragon Ball Super to be its own thing instead of a clone of 2 movies. Of course, this is the beginning of the Universe 6 arc, where Beerus and Champa are having a typical brotherly spat about who is the better god.
I love Champa. Fat Beerus.
This all ends up with a tournament being devised 5v5 about who gets to have Earth. Before that happened though, Goku and Raditz were on Beerus' planet training with Whis and trying to hone the Super Saiyan Blue power that they just recently acquired. After they find out about the tournament, Goku and Raditz are given their marching orders to try and find some fighters from amongst their ranks to actually come to the tournament. Raditz is very concerned at this point that the sake of the Earth's future is being just settled on the sake of a brotherly feud, but Goku's not worried too much because, as he rightly points out,
the Earth isn't in danger. More as I watch this, Raditz is becoming one of my favorite DBZ characters, and I really wish we could have seen more of him.
To make the Super Dragon radar, so that means they can find the last Super Dragon Ball that Champa hadn't collected. They then also pick their team for the tournament. Piccolo's a no-brainer because he is game for the tournament, and Beerus has someone up his sleeve, later we know to be Monica, to actually try and get Goku to become even stronger. Gohan is still not selected because Goku's keen not to take him away from his studies and his precious conferences. So what about Vegeta then? Wouldn't he be right? So that means you can have 3 Saiyans in the roster?
Nope.
Well, Raditz is particularly averse to having Vegeta in close proximity to him, but Goku's still keen to at least ask Vegeta, so he goes to find him on his own. He asks if the fool Raditz is taking part in the tournament. Goku says yes. Vegeta then blows up a nearby mountain, and, well, there's your answer, he says. Goku is feeling a little uneasy now because Vegeta won't help, and Vegeta's still plenty strong. The prince then states that he is too busy to help out in piddly tournaments because he's trying to find a new power of his own. Something that is true to the Saiyan bloodline and doesn't need the help of the gods to then give them a leg up or something. He will find it himself. Goku then leaves, feeling both
I
concerned
wonder if he
and
will,
dejected.
though,
When he tells Raditz
in
the
this
news
What
that
If
Vegeta's
series.
not going to take part in the tournament, Raditz does feel relieved, but this
Eh,
does
I'll
mean
find
that
out
Raditz
soon
will find
enough.
one more person. But who exactly? Well, it's time for Ranch to step up.
I'm gonna start the R&R series next after I finish this one, but is there another What If series of his that you would want me to do? Otherwise, I'll probably do What If Goku was female. Is that alright with y'all? Or is there another one that y'all want me to do more so than that? I just wanted to see that one, but it's up to y'all.
Because Vegeta would have forbidden him to take part if Raditz was involved. And then Goku feels like Goten wouldn't take the tournament too seriously. Goku's still not too sure about this, but Raditz has an ace up his sleeve. He says to Goku, "The fact that you snubbed my daughter for fusion training all those years ago, this will be the perfect way to make amends, right? Make sure that you're her favorite uncle, eh?" Goku then reluctantly accepts. Raditz then finds Ranch and tells the news. She is overjoyed about this. She gets to show her full potential. Launch is a little bit concerned about this and whether she'll be safe, but then Raditz assures her that no one's going to be destroyed, no one's going to die, everything will turn out okay. It's just a friendly little tournament.
Well, with Hit involved, and then Goku saying, "Screw the
The
rules."
worst Ranch could possibly get is a little scuffed up. Ranch then goes to find Trunks and Goten to tell them the good news, but Trunks is feeling a little sore about this because he wanted to show his potential at the tournament too, but his father wouldn't let him. But Goten, he is totally thrilled for his cousin's good fortune. Ranch then promises Trunks that she won't rub it too much in his face in a somewhat flirtatious manner, because remember,
Oh, yeah.
she's got a little crush for Trunks and vice versa.
Does she
but
still, though?
It's still in the works. Don't worry, Trunks, it doesn't make
Okay.
you any less of a man, she says. Suddenly, Vegeta shows up without any warning as he's planning whatever nefarious deed he's doing, and gives Ranch a
Sorry.
scowl. He does not look her near his son, and looks speak volumes. Ranch then is about to leave with Goten, but then squeezes Trunks' hand slightly, as if to say, "Don't worry about him, everything will turn out okay." It's just a bit of solidarity there. Goku and Raditz then spend 3 years in the time chamber, and then when they leave, they spot Vegeta up on the lookout as well. For some
Let me know if
reason,
I'm
he's not
wrong, but I
wanting to
thought
grab Raditz's
the
throat. In fact, he's been
longest
quite
amount you
cordial.
can spend within, like, I thought it was a week period or something, is 2 years in the
And whether he
chamber,
could
so...
spend some time with Goku in the time chamber, test out
Is there...
something, so he
you can
get
spend
some
as long
eyes
as
in
you
and
can
train a
take
little
in
bit
there
more.
then? Is that
Naturally,
it?
Goku
I
is
thought it
keen
was
to do
only
some
like
training,
2 years at a
especially with
time.
someone else, because he
Let me
wants
know.
to see how Vegeta is, for old time's sake, you know. He then is about to head back into the chamber with Vegeta and tells Raditz that he'll catch up with him later tomorrow. And also, it's probably best to get back to Ranch and then do some training just to get her up to speed. We then cut to the Universe 6 tournament about to begin, with Vegeta once again turning down the invite to join. Goku, Raditz, Piccolo, and Ranch then head off to the nameless planet to take part in the tournament, with the rest of the gang following in hot pursuit with the Whis Cube. They also then meet up with Monica, Beerus' selection for the tournament. Kaba then introduces him as indeed a Saiyan, and then goes on about the exposition of that the Saiyans of Universe 6 are much more peaceful, their planet Sadala is still alive and actually thriving, and everything turned out okay for the Saiyans. Raditz is absolutely overjoyed with this news, and he is much more enthusiastic than Vegeta was in the same arc in the original story. Together, Kaba
so
and Raditz are
Raditz
just
is
a
gonna
ball of
become...
laughter.
Okay.
Excellent! I knew the Saiyans would indeed rise up and be thriving! Raditz is so excited he brings Ranch over and says, "Look, Ranch, this is our heritage right there! You get to see your legacy!" But Ranch isn't particularly interested with this. Raditz then promises to come and visit Sadala once all of this is over, and Kaba is thrilled for the prospect. Maybe they could even do some training together. You know, that whole prospect is a lot more concrete here than it was in the anime. The first 3 fights of the tournament, Goku vs. Batamo, Goku vs. Frost, and then Piccolo with Frost, happen as they do in the original story. Raditz is feeling very cathartic about all of this because he knew that someone who looks like Frieza would indeed act like Frieza. Piccolo and Goku are reinstated, but Piccolo declines the invite and instead offers Raditz to go and do his thing and get his revenge on the Saiyans again. However, the next fighter that's scheduled to take part is Ranch, and Raditz isn't about to take this opportunity away from her. Let's see how she does against Frost. Ranch then does her thing and one-shots Frost going Super Saiyan 2, so, yeah, that was pretty quick. Hey, If Vegeta can actually one-hit Frost in Super Saiyan, I think Ranch in Super Saiyan 2 could. And boy, Raditz is very pleased to see that. In fact, Goku takes notice too. The next fight with Vegeta plays out in a similar way as it does in the original story, with Ranch finishing him off. Instead of a final flash, it's a Shining Friday. And she was also able to catch on to the whole weakness of Vegeta being sensitive to insults after Champa was hurling insults at him.
I love this
Raditz
Ranch
looks down at
character
her
being
and asks
the
her
Super
where she
Saiyan
learned
2 and
such words,
everything.
and she just says, "Blonde, Mom?" Raditz then goes, "Ah, yes, that makes sense." Next up is Ranch versus Kaba. Kaba is very keen to talk to her and ask her about her Saiyan blood. She goes Super Saiyan and just tells Kaba get on and go Super Saiyan 2, but he can't do it. Ranch tries to coax it out of him and she ultimately succeeds. Kaba goes Super Saiyan. The fight continues, looking particularly even, much more so than the anime. This looks like it could go down to the wire, but then Ranch pulls out the ace up her sleeve, Super Saiyan 2. She ends the fight with Kaba falling down to the ground. He is excited, though, to try out more of this Super Saiyan power. Ranch then congratulates her and looks forward to their next match, and Kaba is indeed excited too. As well as thinking,
I would love to actually see that. I hated how one-sided the fight was against Kaba originally in there.
In the tournament, as you all know.
I want to see that.
Ranch face up against him. Can she actually do some damage? Oh my, no. She is not going to get that. She is iced within a few seconds because of Hit's time skip ability. Raditz then goes to a raid and is utterly furious that Hit could be so cruel to a child. It's his turn next, and he is going to exact his revenge upon Hit. Oh, no. Yeah, same result kind of happens, although this one takes a little longer. As you see, he goes blue. Hit just answers that immediately and just says, "When's the real fight gonna start?" It's down to Goku, who's been reinstated because of the Frost fiasco, and the story then continues as it is in
The
anime.
expression on
So
his
after all
face when he
this,
said
Ranch
that.
recovered, she has gained a very significant Zenkai boost, much more so than she did in the Blue Arc, so she's confident to see what she can do later on in the story. She reckons that she's just about as strong as Vegeta now, but little does she know about what Vegeta's been up to lately. We then take
Tell
a
me.
bit of a break
Tell me
in the
more.
story and arrive at the
Tell me
Potofu
more.
arc. That plays out somewhat similarly to the original, only with some slight changes. Ranch and Trunks are the ones to be sent off to the planet Potofu in the back of Monika's ship, and with Goten staying behind with Chi-Chi because he's got to do some studying. They have to hold their own until Raditz, instead of Vegeta, shows up to try and take them home. He ultimately gets copied, and we get copy Raditz, and then we see Raditz with the dummy fighting for his life. Goku and Vegeta then arrive to help, with Vegeta only being there to gloat at Raditz's misfortunes. And he's only towing the line with Goku for now, so that means he can enact his plan later. Copy Raditz is ultimately bested
I don't like
by
the sound of
Vegeta,
that.
with Monika getting the assist with the whole, destroying the core thing. And throughout all of that fight, Vegeta really went to town on Copy Raditz, and I can't imagine why. After all of that's done, Vegeta then turns to Raditz and gives him a very twisted look. It kind of looks like at this point that Vegeta's going slightly mad. He then explains that he only offered to help, so that means Ranch doesn't get to see her father die in front of her. It was just an act of pity. Oh, this is on right now. So lastly, we begin with the start of the Future Trunks arc. And disappointingly, it plays out initially like it does in the anime because it's mostly about Goku going with Beerus and Whis trying to find out the identity of Goku Black, so, that continues. However, Vegeta is much less stable than he is in the original story, and Future Trunks notices this when he's trying to train with his father, and he's thinking, something's not right with him. What happened? Trunks notices that he is so much angrier than he was in the Cell Saga. But that whole desire to bond with his father is much less strong than it was. The part ends with Goku, Future Trunks, and Raditz heading off into the future for the first time to try and figure out what to do against
Oh,
Goku.
Vegeta didn't go this
So there
time.
we go. Part 9 covered a lot of things, much more than I thought. Ranch got the chance to step up and did pretty well going against the likes of Frost, Vegeta, Kaba, and only succumbing to Hit, because pretty much anyone who isn't Goku would have the same thing happen to them.
Exactly.
Vegeta's plan to try and best Raditz is taking shape, and Goku is just Goku. What is Vegeta's new power, to be exact? Might we see some elements from GT happening? We shall have to wait and see. So what do you guys think? Did you like this part? Did you like the fact that Ranch got to hold her own? Leave a comment below.
I did,
Let's
very
get the
much
discussion
so.
going. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later.
Hope y'all enjoyed that, and I can't wait for the next one. So until then, see y'all later.